This lesson is all about reviewing some algebra, some stuff that you probably completely forgot from last year. We're talking about some linear equations, systems of linear equations, and quadratic equations. So first of all, linear equations, they usually look like this, where you've got just one variable and the highest power is 1. And you're just looking for that one number that x is equal to make that a true statement. The way that you do that is you just get that x all by itself. X equals and then some number. So let's try it. These are going to have some fractions in it because I figure maybe some fractions scare you off, but they shouldn't. So I've got negative 4/3 x equals negative 12. So to get rid of this that's in front of the x, I need to multiply both sides by the reciprocal. So we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. If you don't remember, reciprocal means that you just take a fraction and you just flip it over. I'm going to keep the same sign too. So I'm just going to multiply both sides of this equation by negative 3/4. And I do that because negative 3/4 times positive 4/3 makes 1. 1x or just x. And now I want to do the same thing on this side times negative 3/4. So over here I'll do my multiplication. Negative 12 means negative 12 over 1 times negative 3/4. Now the negatives will cancel out. 3 times 12 is 36. Divided by this 4 is 9. Okay. Now 9 is the number that when I stick it back in here, negative 4/3 times 9 gives me negative 12. It's the only number that makes that a true statement. Okay, now here there's a ton of fractions. And I could just work straight with the fractions, but we can do a little bit of magic to make all of these fractions disappear. And that magic is by multiplying everything by the least common denominator. So this time we're going to multiply by the least common denominator. In this case it is 8 because, well, 3 of the denominators are already 8 and 2 goes into 8. So just multiply everything by 8. It's like a big distributive property across the whole equation. So here the 8's will cancel and I'll be left with just 5x. The 8 will cancel on the denominator on this one, leaving me with minus 3 equals, this time 1/2 times 8 is 4x plus, and then the 8 on the bottom will cancel, leaving me with 7. Get these 4x's over here, so I'll have to subtract them, leaving me with just 1x. Add the 3 over to this side, leaving me with 10. X equals 10 is the answer. So here's your pro tip here. If your equation's got a whole bunch of fractions, you can make them all disappear by just multiplying both sides by the lowest common denominator. So if I look at all of these, I got a 3, a 12, a 2, and an 18. The easiest way to do this is take the biggest one, 18, and see if all the rest of them go into it. 12 doesn't go into 18. So then I take 18 and I times it by 2. 18 times 2 is 36. Now check to see if they go in there. 3 does, yes. 12 does, sure. So does 2. So this is what I would multiply both sides by. Times 36. If I wanted to make all those fractions disappear.